And we are now proceeding to our next session, which is all about leadership mentoring, the hallmark of developing future leaders. I am delighted to have on the stage Hessa Ghurair, Director of Human Capital, UAE General Civil Aviation Authority. Before the wonderful Hessa commences, I wanted to read her quote on her bio, her why. In progress, we make history. I want to serve the nation by giving Emiratis a stronger voice on the global stage and continue to bring key issues such as education, employment, and social development to the forefront of our national agenda. She is extraordinary, she's very vocal, and she is extremely well known in the region. So it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you on the stage. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm trying to use 2 mics because normally it's hard to hear me, but I'll try my best. So inshallah you had good dose of caffeine? Coffee, more coffee. Yes. Well, to begin with, I would like to thank the Arab Women Leadership and Summit team for inviting me. This is really overwhelming. I've really enjoyed paying attention to everyone who has spoken earlier, and I think the 3 words we kept hearing, women, inspiring, and then delegation, and then more training and future. So very clear, we all talk the same language, but difference is how we actually implement. How does it really look like? So today I would like to speak about the hallmark of leadership. But to understand leadership, we need to understand the future. In progress, as I said, we make history. And here where I would like to talk a bit of history and a bit of future. I'll make it sweet and simple because I can't add more than what my colleagues already added in the morning. To begin with, it's always either IT problem or HR problem. So I'm used to having issues with the clicker. So to begin with, I would like to read the quote of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. 50 years ago, the founding fathers shaped our life today, and next year we will shape our coming 50 decades of future generation. Closer? So shall I use this mic? Okay. أنا آسفة جدا, I'm sorry, but this is normal. Okay. So looking at the quote of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, he made it very clear. How will our future look like? And today we begin preparing for it. And I'll use the UAE journey to actually inspire how leadership would actually look like. If we go a little bit back, which clicker is clicker? If we are going back, do you remember this airport? For those people who actually see, yes? No? This is basically the Dubai airport. The Dubai airport, where we have to wait and wait till we actually get out of the car and walk into the check-in. This is how it looked like 50 years ago, almost 50 years ago. And this was the beginning of the journey of change in the UAE. Speaking of Dubai airport, 6 years after taking that photo, the population rose to 200,000 only. So we can imagine the change from 50 years ago to today. Every time I looked at this photo, I get goosebumps because it's like, really, really, we did it? Really, Sheikh Rashid bin Said did that? In the middle of the desert, we have airport? Today, this is how Dubai airport looked like. Last year only, Dubai received over 11 million passengers. By 2030, Dubai will cater to over 1.8 billion passengers. This is huge. Speaking of 50 years only, if we can imagine the next coming 50 years, it will look completely different. I still get goosebumps, by the way, when I try to imagine how will the airports look like. Moving ahead, I hope you remember this. You can interact with me. This is more of just speaking of how Dubai looked like, how we actually shaped up. So, do you remember this? Anybody remember this? I doubt. Sheikh Zayed Road. صح تذكرون تويوتا أنو It's still there, but we can't see it anymore. And this was Sheikh Zayed Road. Again, almost 50 years ago. Toyota building was the tallest. Whoever get an apartment there was like the one in town. I'm the one, I have it, and I live there. Today, Dubai is actually leading when it comes to the standard of the buildings. We've got the highest buildings in the world, and we all know it, Burj Khalifa. Now people can brag there who lives in Burj Khalifa rather than people who used to live in Toyota building. This is the change. When you try to compare between Toyota building and Burj Khalifa, it's a huge jump. 50 years, we've done a lot. That all goes back to the visionary leader and how the way they have expanded their vision and ensure that their population and their talent within the country move ahead at the same speed. And I think we have clear examples here, right? I think this room is full of that talent that actually helped us to be where we are today, starting from education till we are here, mentorship, training, and then we are here. I'm here talking to you. If it wasn't because somebody actually held my hand in the beginning, I wouldn't have made it. Moving from high-rise buildings and where we are today when it comes to the population and how techy they are. Let's have a look at the talent in the UAE. We proudly say we are diverse, we are digital, and we are driven. And the reason are the median age is 30. That young population. And when I say median age, it's like everyone is actually a median age of 30. What really helped us shaping the future and helping us to groom and be where we are today, we have 85% of expat population. Those expats have actually helped us to widen our horizon, train us, and be where we are today. We've got expertise in-house who actually helped us. So hats off to each and everyone who actually helped us from grade 1 till where we are today. 99% are active internet users. According to McKinsey study that was recently published, most of the Dubai got the highest connection in internet and social media, around 99%. So you can imagine everyone with a phone, and you can easily get job offers through the phone, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We get everything through internet. My cousin is only 3 years old, and she's like, when I'm getting my mobile. I'm like, you get a toy, please, get a toy. And she's like, no, I want a phone, I want to be YouTube. I want to say, hello guys, and I continue the story. So like, she's this little, and she's saying, hello guys, and I can't imagine seeing her 15 years old saying, hello guys again. It'll look completely different. So it has changed, even the kids have changed, the way they approach technology is completely changed. So yes, and that is all because Dubai has always been different. It had great ambitions. It will always be more. It will always ask to be better, and it will be catering to Hallmark leadership. Moving from there, let's talk about women. This whole session is about women, how we empower them, and how does it really look like. 35% of the internet entrepreneurs in the Arab world are actually female, compared to 10% worldwide. It says a lot about talent in the Arab world as well. Like, I don't want to keep talking about the UAE, but again, even around us, we actually talk the same language. High-techy, we understand, and we're very diverse. Speaking of gender equality, and I believe Her Excellency Khawla touched upon gender equality in the beginning. With the gender equality, as per the last report with the World Bank, the report says that the UAE is amongst the 10 top economists in the world that have progressed well when it comes to gender equality. That says a lot that women in the Emirates do really shine. I hope you agree with me into that. Yes? I don't see yes. You guys shine, people write about you. So this says a lot about how much we have progressed. Again, bearing in mind Dubai Airport, 1971, and today, and where are we heading to? 66% of the UAE labor force are female. You can see them mainly into banking and financial services, healthcare, and education. If we go back to education, and this is the core where Sheikha Fatma has made it clear, Allah Yahfadha, made it clear from the very beginning that education is must, and every female will have to go to school. So 70% of our university graduates are actually female. Total who joins, the total is 77%, but who actually continue and graduate are 70% of the total population. Interesting part, and as per the UNESCO last recent survey, it clearly stated they from science, economy, technology, and mathematics are between 34 to 57% from the total population. So if you see, we've got a high rank of graduates in mathematics, science, technology. And I'll keep probing on technology. And this is really compared to the other part of the world in terms of number of graduates in technology. By 2025, Dubai will create more than 20,000 jobs when it comes to technology. So that population will be able to cater to our 5 years plan by 2025. The great news when it comes to technology graduate, they always see technology as a way of upskilling jobs, and they don't see it as a way of eliminating jobs. So even the thought process is completely different. So many people think that with technology, we're going to lose some jobs, we're going to introduce robots, and we will never have jobs. But with these graduates that coming with a different mindset, it clearly says we need different set of skills, but we'll have more jobs. Moving to, well, this chart is really close to my heart, and I really wanted to share it with you. This is one of the recent McKinsey studies that really stated that in order to promote future leadership, we require a different level of skills traits, and apparently all women hold it. So if you look at inspiration, participation, and decision making, rewards, people development, I mean, ladies have touched all the points. So we're actually driving the change when it comes to traits compared to, I won't say compared to male, but this study was conducted among women, so that's why they are better in decision making, and we need more of women sitting at the board level to make the right decision. I mean, this is for you. I really wanted to share this slide. I wanted to put it in the very beginning and say, here we are. We have it all, but we just need to support each other, support what we really need, and providing more opportunities for mentorship. To conclude, again, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid said it well, and this is actually summarized my presentation today. The world belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and live it. Frankly speaking, the cornerstone of the Hallmark leadership are basic, if you look at it, are three: being tech savvy, living in a very diverse economy, and being updated with what's really happening in the world. Our leaders made it very clear, and they're supporting it. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So I made it on time?
You did perfectly.
I was trying.
You did perfectly. Thanks. So what more needs to happen in terms of mentorship in order to address some of the issues that we talked about?
I think what we need is more. I don't see that mentors, like especially Emirati female mentors, are visible to the young population. They don't know where to get you, where to find us, basically. So it's very hard. We don't have a platform that says Emiratis will empower or will coach other young Emiratis. I've always dreamed of actually setting a platform where we all can meet and start mentoring the youngsters.
Excellent.
So the call is, let's have a platform where all of us could be part of it, and we can support other young Emiratis.
Wonderful. Well, this is actually what we do, and it's what we're going to experience in the next session at the Female Majlis.
Oh, yes.
I mentioned this morning that I run a platform called Top of Our Game. We run the Female Majlis, and the whole notion behind it, the whole thinking about it, is about peer mentorship, getting the older generation to mentor in informal discussions, the younger generation, and vice versa. So thank you for recommending that. Are there any further questions? No? Excellent. Thank you for being such an inspirational speaker.
Thank you.
You're extraordinary. And inshallah, we will make more happen.